Back again, Pursuit of Truth. I did say I was going to try and calm down doing these. It's the 15th of May. But it looks like I can't help myself. So I was just watching the latest Beyond the Imaginary Curve with Dell, and it was doing like vox pops outside. And it was interesting the people how majority of the people that you talked to weren't interested, or their general answer was, I don't know. Which you'd expect. I mean, this is very stereotypical, I'm about to say. You'd expect this from, say, teenagers. No disrespect to them. That's like generalising, like if you were generalising. Not from people who are older and you would expect to have a better answer than I don't know, or, there was the second one, which I put a comment on his YouTube, was this guy, I can't remember, what did he answer I don't know to? It wasn't like a question where you could answer I don't know. It's not, it was, it didn't, I think it was can you give me proof, what your proof was? Your proof is that you believe in a round earth, a globe earth. And I think his answer was I don't know. I can't remember if that's exact. I know I put the comment on his thing, and you can hear his whole thing on Beyond the Imaginary Curve on YouTube. But it amazed me that they didn't even bother to come up with any kind of answer. And then I think it might have also been into the fact that, like, if we were being lied to, would you care? I mean, how can you not care? I mean, if you're being lied to, that is phenomenal, isn't it? Unless your life is just so great that you have everything that you need, that you're not affected by any of this. You may be lucky you're not one of the people who are homeless, or you're not one of the people that are never going to have a house like me. I doubt I'll ever have a house. I'll forever be giving another person money to stay in their property, paying for their property while I have the pleasure of staying in it. I'll never have my own castle as it is. Maybe he's lucky, but I doubt it. He probably doesn't realise how he's affected by all these things. By the fact that we just give in our own power to those above us, as it were. It was very interesting. It was very interesting to hear these people, and it makes me think that this is why it's so easy for people in power to control us, because we don't, if it's something complicated or something without our reach, we just say, oh, I don't care, or I don't know, or it's not my problem, or it doesn't affect me. Everything in this life affects you. Everything around you should affect you. We're all responsible for everything that goes on, because we are co-opted into it. We've co-signed it. We vote. We are here, not standing up, shouting down with this, that, and the other. People are dying all over the planet for needless reasons. When we have vaccines, but they have to pay for them, or we're charging them interest on their debts so that they never get out of the situation that they're in, and then giving them charity. But the charity doesn't outweigh the debt that we charge from them over the loans we've taken from them over the past. Come on, people. I don't know. I don't care. That's not a good enough answer anymore. Not if you... I mean, how can you... It just amazes me, and it just... That's what I'm saying. It just shows you how easy it is for people in power. That these people have been conditioned. We are all schooled, isn't it? Schooling is a conditioning of a sort. It's not. Most people wouldn't use those two words together because conditioning suggests a negative sense. But it is. Schooling is teaching babies ABC, the planets. How many? Like I've got twins. The nursery rhymes that you have on YouTube that you can put onto them so that they enjoy. I was quite amazed how quickly the planets come into it. There's I think it's Choo Choo TV. It's quite a popular YouTube videos, but I don't know if it's the most popular for babies. Johnny Yes Papa has in there this. No, it's not that one. It's the Farmies one. Has in there about we are the planets, big and round. That's the words, big and round, and this is our planet Earth. big earth ball. So the indoctrination, if you want to call it that way, starts at the very first few months. And I'm watching CBeebies and things like that, and I'm sure if you watch CNN, not CNN, Nick Jr. or Disney Jr. or whatever you in your country, you'll see that from an early age they're talking to astronauts, they're talking about space. I was, as a young boy, I remember doing a project on space. I had this big poster. It was like one of the best things I ever did as a kid. I remember I was so in love with doing this thing about planets. I wrote so much, and I had this big, huge poster of all the different planets, including Pluto, because it was a planet back then. So you see how it was. Everything is from an early age. Everything, whether it's true or not, it doesn't matter. Everything we're taught from an early age: buildings, roads, police, government, power, submitting to power, mummy and daddy, teacher, politician. All these things, they're taught in very basic ways, but they're all there. Look at Baa Baa Black Sheep. I'm so interested how sometimes they change nursery rhymes, and because like the original with Baa Baa Black Sheep is the boy. He doesn't get any wool because he was crying, isn't it? Where they change that now. But the thing that's interesting, they change that because they think, oh no, it's not right that we have to, everything has to be positive now. So we can't have this poor little boy who's crying. He's not going to get any wool from the sheep. But the fact is, they didn't change the part of the master. So now the master, the dame, and the little boy down the lane, they all get the wool. But it's interesting, they didn't change the master aspect of it. So we still have masters. The master must get the wool. Even with the Choo Choo TV version of it, where they've tried to say that, oh, they can give it to poor people and this, that and the other. They still have the master in there. Why do we have a master getting wool? That suggests that there's someone greater than us, the master, the masters of us. Master and what? Slave. Interesting, no? And that's a nursery rhyme. Every child knows Baa Baa Black Sheep. Maybe they're different versions of it. So this starts from a very young age, and that's why these people, when they're grown up and then they say, I don't know, it's because we're conditioned. And so it's very easy for people to lie to us because we're already conditioned to not challenge anything. And anyone who does challenge anything, it's like I saw, who did I see another video? I think it was John Smith Globeli, because I was hearing Dow talking about him, so I went to check, one of his videos to see what he was like, and he was getting ridiculed and this, that, and the other. And you see, that's what happens if you challenge something. You get either I don't know, I don't care, or you get berated of being crazy, stupid. Even Dow did. He was called a crackpot. Not specifically, but the idea of flat earthers being crackpots. To challenge something, oh my god, that's so terrible, and you can never win. It's like if you go into a room, you challenge something, you always look the bad one because you're upsetting the apple cart. But it shouldn't be like that, should it? Challenging things should be the way that we all are, because then we get ourselves out of this shit rather than just closing our eyes and just letting ourselves being slowly burnt alive like the frog inside the boiling water, half cold. Take care, take it easy, God bless, and peace.